Hi everybody, Y here with TheBurgsrun, and we are going to bake today. I'm not much of a baker, I'm more of a cook, but I'm leaving for Disney on Wednesday, and so I want to leave something for my husband to enjoy while I'm gone. So I'm going to make a lemon pound cake from Once Upon a Chef. But first, I need to make some homemade buttermilk. The recipe does call for buttermilk, 1 cup. So we're going to follow this recipe. I need a tablespoon of lemon juice. And we happen to have some fresh squeezed lemon juice. So I'm going to follow the directions which say to put 1 tablespoon of lemon juice into your measuring, whatever it is you're measuring. So that is a little short, so we're going to add a little more. Okay, so we have our tablespoon of lemon juice. Darn it, sorry about that. That was loud. All right, so that is all rinsed off and ready. So now it says to add a cup of milk. Add milk to that to make 1 cup. So we are going to do this. It says any kind of milk. I'm using 2% because that is what we prefer in our house. Just to the 1 cup line. And that's how much I'm going to need for the recipe. So let the mixture sit for about 10 minutes. You'll see some small curdled bits in the mixture. That means it's ready to add to your recipe. So we're just going to let that set for a little bit and move on to the actual cake recipe. How about that? Okay, so I'm going to read the recipe real quick because you usually get better results when you read it. It says this lemon pound cake is the ultimate dessert for lemon lovers. It makes 2 loaf pans. So we need 3 cups of flour, half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, cup of buttermilk, 2 tablespoons of lemon zest. And it says you'll need 4 to 5 lemons for this entire recipe. Okay. 2 sticks of unsalted butter softened, 2 1/4 cups of granulated sugar, and 3 eggs. So I'm going to put you on hold for a moment while I go and grab our ingredients. Okay, friends, there we have about 3 tablespoons of lemon zest. So to the lemon zest, we are going to add lemon juice, which is 2 tablespoons, and I have that in the fridge. So 2 tablespoons. I already have a wet tablespoon, so we're going to put 1, 2 tablespoons, and the buttermilk. Let's see how our buttermilk's doing. Oh, yes, it's ready. All right, it says to whisk this together. And set it aside. All right, so we're setting that aside. I do need one more bowl. So this one has 3 processes. All right, so it says with a mixer, cream the butter and the sugar. So let's Get the butter out. And drop it in the pan. In the bowl. Come on. And let's get the second one. Drop it in the bowl. Move that aside. I should have put on an apron, because what happens when the Bergs put on an apron? Means we're going to cook. So here we go. All right. So now the sugar part. 2 1/4 cups of sugar. All right, there we go. So I need my mixer. I got my handy dandy KitchenAid hand mixer. Because I'm not going downstairs to carry the big KitchenAid upstairs. So we're going to do it this way. There we go. All right. So we're going to cream this. Okay, the rest of the ingredients are going to come out of the refrigerator. And so I will take you with me, I suppose. So I have to do some moving around because I have lots of stuff in this refrigerator. So I need 3 eggs. And I need to put eggs on the list because we keep a running grocery list on our refrigerator. All right. Lemon zest. All right. And sugar. All right. All right, this is just for the cakes themselves. The icing and everything I'll deal with when the cakes are done. So I'm too short to reach anything in my kitchen cupboards. So I have to use the help of one of these. So here are my pans. There are my pans. Now I have to try to get this back up there. There, got it. How about that? Okay, so it says to spray them. All right, there's 1 and 2. All right, those are completed. Now it says to put 3 cups of flour. So we're going to measure 3 cups of flour. It actually says whisk. Okay, so I don't have to I don't have to sift it. It just says to whisk it. All right, so let's get some flour together. All right, there's 2. I need 1 more cup. And 3. There are 3 cups of flour. And I can put this away. I won't need it again. So we'll put that up here. I keep my flour and sugar in the cupboards above my stove. Okay, so I'm going to add to that the baking soda, which is a 1/2 teaspoon. A 1/2 teaspoon. And a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. The salt I'm going to measure over the sink because I always spill it over. And salt. Now it says to whisk this together, so we're going to take a whisk and we're just going to mix it all up. I actually should have done this in the larger bowl. Now I'm going to do the wet in the larger bowl because I'm going to mix the dry into the wet. All right, so I did it right. All right, and there's the larger one. Okay, so let's continue mixing this. I do need to soften some butter. Whoa, that made a loud noise. So I don't have butter softened already, so I'm going to put it in a tray in the microwave for about 30 seconds. And then I'm going to set this aside because it's ready. So let's set it over here. And let's bring our wet ingredients. So here we're going to put lemon zest. I need to zest some lemon. So get my old handy dandy little zester out. And I'm going to zest it right into the container. Now when you zest, you don't want to go too far down into the rind or it gets bitter. So you just want to lightly go over a zester and just take the outer layer off. And in my experience, you get about a tablespoon per lemon. So I'm going to do 3 lemons because I have some lemon juice already. And I might get hubby to come up here and juice these for me. Because he's pretty awesome and would do that for me. Okay, maybe I'll only need 2 because these were pretty big lemons. All right, there's one. I think I'm only going to need two. Okay, so I have creamed that. To that, we add the eggs one at a time. So let's do that. All right, so there's one. There's one. There's two. Oh my goodness, it is just pouring outside right now. It got really dark. It was a good day for soup and sandwiches for lunch. And it'll be a great day for some lemon pound cake. So I'm getting pictures from my daughters. My youngest and her husband are stationed in Fort Drum, New York. And my oldest, I guess she flew to New York to see her sister. And they traveled to Syracuse, I believe, is where they went today. And they are so excited. They were going to the zoo and to a Polish restaurant, a real Polish restaurant. So she just sent me a bunch of pictures of their food that looks so yummy. And it makes me remember being a child and having my grandma cook for us. Yes. All right, so now it says to be sure to mash down the sides to make sure it all gets mixed in. So we're going to do that now. And I'm going to run the beaters through it one more time. Just to make sure it's all well incorporated. I hope we don't lose power and that I'm not able to make this cake. Able to finish it, that is. I'll be able to make it. But okay, so now it says with the mixture on low, 1/4 of the flour mixture and then 1/3 of the buttermilk mixture. So we're going to alternate. We're going to go back and forth adding these key ingredients. So we're going to go with 1/4 of the flour. Now, when you add flour, you want to start out really low so that you don't make a flour cloud. Again, the recipe was very specific about 1/4 and then 1/3. So let's go around the edges. All right. So let's do 1/3 of the liquid. All right, there we go. All right. Again, you want to start out slow because it will spatter if you don't. And you don't want any more mess to clean up than what you already have. Because this was, remember, it's a 3-bowl process. So now, whoops, I did not mean to knock the camera, guys. Sorry about that. Well, sorry, I did it again. All right, a quarter. I made a mess. I did. So this is going to be a very thick batter. I guess that's why they call it pound cake. All right. Now we're going to go with another third. All right, half of what's left. Okay, just for future FYI, this would have been a whole lot easier with the stand mixer. Yes. Note to self. Next time, use the stand mixer. Woo, that was a loud one. Did y'all hear that? So again, I hope my stove, the power doesn't go out and ruin my recipe. That would be quite a bummer because this was not an easy recipe by any means. All right, now we are ready for the last of the flour mixture. Okay, so I divided the batter between 2 prepared pans, and now I'm going to put them in the oven on a cookie tray sheet to make it easier to get them in and out. And I'm going to set a timer for 1 hour. So timer. And I will see you back here when I check them. So after they cook for somewhere between 55 and 65 minutes, till when you put a toothpick in them, it comes out clean, you take them out and you put them pan and all on a cooling rack. In 10 minutes later, we're going to come back and take them out of the pan. I'll see you then. Okay, friends, it's time to take them out of the container that they're in. It says to take a knife down the side that doesn't have parchment paper. But how do you do that without... Okay, I'm doing this for the first time with you guys. So, how do you do that without hurting the cake? Hmm? Ooh. Yeah, I messed up that side of the cake already. All right. And then this side. I guess it doesn't have to be perfect, huh? All right. Let's try this. Oh, yes. That works. Look how easy that was. Oh, my goodness. Mmm. Okay, so it does really stick to the back side. All right. All right. Ready? There it goes. Mmm. All right. There they are. Now I have to let them cool for 1 hour, and then they'll be ready for the syrup. How about that? Okay, so for the syrup, I need, I'm going to double it because I really want to soak these. So I'm going to do 4 tablespoons of sugar. And I think that will probably empty my sugar container. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of water. And I'm going to use this bottled water because I have it and it's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so now it says to heat this to a boil. Combine the water and sugar in a saucepan and bring to a boil. So we are going to turn this on. Let me get a... So what this is actually making is a simple syrup. So we're just going to bring that to a boil. It says to bring this to a boil and remove from the heat and stir in the lemon juice. So we are boiling. So we're going to remove it from the heat. We are going to add the lemon juice and we're going to stir it all up. Wow. All right, there is our syrup. Now we're going to brush it on. It said to brush it and not to forget the sides. Ooh, did not mean to knock the camera again. I'm really good at that. Ooh, look at there. That lid just fell right off. Perfect place to soak some juice in. All right. Okay, so next is confectioner's sugar and lemon juice for the glaze. I'm not the glaze, like the frosting. I have to. All right. So it calls for 1 cup of confectioner's sugar, which we will measure here. All right, there's 1 cup of confectioner's sugar. Then it needs 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. So we have that here. All right. So we have 1, 2. That one wasn't quite full. So we're going to do that. We're going to get a little spatula. It's this one. And so we're going to make icing like you would put on a cinnamon roll. And then we're going to drizzle that All right, so it says when the cakes are almost cool, make the syrup. When the cakes are cool, transfer them to a serving platter. Gradually brush. Okay, to make the glaze in medium bowl, whisk together. Okay, what I didn't do was whisk. All right, we're going to do that now. That will get rid of any lumps that are in here. All right, let me put these in containers. All right, will that cover it? Pretty close. Okay, so I need the big ones. All right, so I'm going to do this a little different than the recipe would call for. All right, I'm going to put this in the lid, and I'm going to pour this over top. All right, let me do this so you can see what I'm doing here. So what I did was took a container upside down. Can you see that? And so I'm going to put the loaf actually on the lid, and I'm going to spread the stuff on it. On both of them. So I have 2 identical looking loaves, and they have been iced. So I'm going to leave them out for just a few more minutes. That's really good. To let them cool a little more. And then we're going to put the lids, well, the bottoms on. Because remember, we put them in the lids. So, but this one is broken. So this is the one that we're going to try. Because we have to try it, right? Oh, can you see that? Let me move you closer. So there is the cake. Look at that. All right. Okay, y'all. Here we go. This is so good. So good.